Good evening, everybody, and a thank you to Bill, and and to everybody who's been taking part this afternoon and all day today. What a fantastic day! As we noted earlier, the conference was founded by the Chicago Scots and the American Scottish Foundation. And so ASF is honored to offer some closing remarks as we conclude today's proceedings. And I'd now like to introduce my chairman of the American Scottish Foundation, who I'm so glad to work so closely with, Kenneth Donnelly. Ken is also president of the Burns Society of New York and on the boards of the American Friends of the Royal Conservatoire and the University of Highlands and Islands, and so much more. And so, Ken, over to you.
Thank you very much. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Perfectly. Oh, thank you. This is actually beyond my wildest dreams here. A year ago, Camilla and I, the American Scottish Foundation, when I took over as chairman, were talking about how we bring the Scottish community, both commercial, educational, healthcare, and so on, together in more effective manners. And you know, thanks to a great crisis called COVID, we really have accelerated things beyond what anyone could have predicted. So I'm so thrilled to see this is coming together. It would seem so easily to everyone, but given the new technologies that we have, like Zoom that we're on today and many, many others, it really does act as a true enabler for us to really come together in productive and effective ways. And first of all, I'd like to congratulate and thank the organizers for this Scottish North American Community Council presentation and forum. You know, Gus, John, Camilla, and many others, and including Jamie, who's been an absolute whiz here, being our sort of director of programming and video and everything. Well done, Jamie. If you know, sometimes you have to pinch yourselves to realize how far we've come in 1 year. If you would have thought that we would have interviewed a young chap from Scotland living in St. Louis area to be the director for us to run this conference, you would have thought you're off your head. But look, here's where we are now. So we have immense possibilities coupled with immense capabilities now as we go forward. And who better than the Scots and the Scots community to fully leverage that and see the value, see the opportunities and move forward. I'm still in the sort of commercial side of things, working at a bank. And in 1 year, the banks themselves have truly transformed their thinking in terms of both internal operations, but also external, dealing with customers and clients and so on. And once you see that transformation begin to take place, other great things happen, because now you've got senior management at all the major corporations in the Americas and in Britain and elsewhere rethinking their whole operations model. And that itself is foundational in moving us forward. So yet another catalyst here to change things. One of the reasons I accepted the UHI board member position was, I think it was about 6-7 years ago, I was approached by them and I looked at their distributed learning model and I got it immediately. I said, this is the future. This is the future for all educational institutions, but even beyond that. And they were running a distributed model across the islands that was working. Before we had this capability here, like a very cheap Zoom, tool and so on, I'm glad to see that now everybody is beginning to catch up. And listening this last hour to the educational side of presentations, you know, it gave me the notion, as I think it was either Kevin or one of the other chaps was talking about the concept of an aggregated degree, where you could pick a course at one particular college and another college and so on, and aggregate that all up. The thing is, we can now think about that and we can now deliver that. The cost of entry is so low that we can now begin to bring things together in a much more productive manner. I myself, this past year, I've gained 3 to 4 hours a day in not having to commute. And I'm turning that into more productive activities, up to and including providing lectures in an hour or two twice a week. So there's many, many more new things that we can contemplate and bring together. But most importantly, it's bringing us together, our share and our love for and respect for Scotland, and the capabilities that Scotland brings to the rest of the world. Some of the programs we've put on recently in the American Scottish Foundation around, for example, the Scots who built New York, tremendous, absolutely tremendous how much we've contributed just to the Americas, but of course around the world as well. So everyone is enthused now. I think this kind of forum only helps to crystallize that. It helps us to get focused. It helps us to bring ideas into actual delivery channels and things that we can really begin to move forward on. And hey, it doesn't really cost us that much to have these discussions. And that's just the most wonderful thing. Now, interestingly, I hired a young chap. Now, here's another example. Who would have thought a year ago that I would be interviewing someone on Zoom and hiring them into a very, very important position? That was unheard of a year ago. It had to be face-to-face, meeting 5 or 6 people in your corporation, then you take a decision and so on. Things have really accelerated in so many different ways. Well, wouldn't you know that he is from South Carolina and or Georgia or somewhere, but his folks are members of the St. Andrew's Society of Savannah, and this is their commemorative whiskey glass, founded in 1737. So I have some Springbank in here, one of my favorites from Campbelltown. Please charge your glasses, ladies and gentlemen, and let's raise a toast to the Scottish North American people, the council, the forum, and everything, and to Scotland. Here's to you. Cheers. Sláinte bar. Well, thank you so much.